Your Apple Watch is an amazing piece of technology. It's basically a computer that you wear on your wrist. But I reckon most people don't know half of what their Apple Watch can do. So in this video, I'm going to share 10 tips and tricks for your Apple Watch that will make your experience so much better. Okay, let's get into it. I'm sure you already know that your watch has a light feature where your screen will illuminate bright enough for you to use it as a temporary light. To do this, just tap the side button to access Control Center, then tap the little flashlight or torch button, depending on what you call it in your part of the world, and the screen will light up. You probably also know that your watch has something called theater mode. Theater mode is accessed by tapping the side button to open Control Center and tapping the button with the two play masks on it. Now, when you tap your screen, instead of simply reducing the brightness, the screen will switch off entirely, which is perfect for when you're in a cinema or theater and you don't want to disturb those around you. It also ensures that the screen won't light up when you receive notifications. But here's a cool trick that you might not know. In theater mode, if you access Control Center by tapping the side button again and then press the light button, the torch comes on, but it does so in red light. This red light is still bright enough to be useful, but it's significantly less disruptive to those around you. In watchOS 9, you could simply swipe left and right on your watch face to switch between different faces that you'd set up for your watch. It was a feature that a lot of people really liked, but Apple removed it in watchOS 10. In one of my recent videos, I explained that you could enable this feature again by going to Settings, scrolling down to Clock, and then enabling swipe to switch watch face. That feature still works, but in my opinion, there is a better way of dealing with this now, because although swipe to switch watch face is something that many people enjoy, I find it very easy to accidentally switch from one watch face to another. So what I would recommend instead is disabling swipe to switch watch face. Then if you want to change from one watch face to another quickly, just tap and hold on the watch face for just a second to bring up the watch edit screen. Then swipe left or right to choose your desired watch face and tap on it to enable it. It takes about half a second longer than the normal method, but it's much more secure. You no doubt already know that your Apple Watch can act as a camera remote for your iPhone's camera. To do this, go to the app menu on your watch and choose Camera Remote. You'll see a preview of what the rear camera on your iPhone can see, and you can use the digital crown to zoom in and out using the different lenses. You can also use the ellipsis menu in the bottom right corner to change some of the settings, and you'll notice that there's a 3-second timer button on the shutter, giving you a 3-second countdown before a picture is taken. This feature is really useful for capturing group photos with your iPhone, but I also like to use it to capture special moments with my kids, because if you tap and hold the shutter button for just a second, it starts recording video. You still have a camera shutter button in the bottom right to take a picture, but you can press the stop button at any time once you've captured the video that you want. So one of the things that I use my Apple Watch for is tracking my sleep, and that's great. But what happens most mornings is I just wake up to a little chart on my home screen telling me that I didn't get enough sleep. The watch doesn't actually help me get more sleep or get better sleep. That's where the partner of today's video, Ozlo, comes in. These are the sleep buds, tiny little earbuds that I wear while I sleep. They connect to my phone via Bluetooth, which allows me to stream audio to them to play while I'm drifting off. The Ozlo app has some great sounds built in, but the real beauty here is that I can stream whatever I like. Podcasts on Spotify, sleep stories on Calm. If your phone can play it, you can stream it. And you might be wondering why I don't just use AirPods. A couple of reasons. Firstly, these have a 10-hour charge, so they last all night, which AirPods can't. And they're also comfortable enough that I forget that I've got them in, even when I'm sleeping on my side. It's quiet where we live, so for me, these are about creating a bit of background noise. But when I travel and I need to mask background noise, they're great for that as well. Get the best sleep of your life by scanning the QR code on screen, clicking the link in my description, or using my code to get $10 off your pair of Ozlo sleep buds. Let's say that you're exploring somewhere you're unfamiliar with, but you know that you want to get back to this exact location later on. Open the Maps app on your watch and tap the blue dot in the center of the map. This represents your current location. You'll notice that when you do this, you'll be given your current location and there is an option that says Mark My Location. Tap on this and this will drop a pin at the location that you're currently at. You're then free to go off and do whatever you like, and anytime that you want to get back to that location, you would simply open the Maps app once again. Tap the magnifying glass in the bottom right-hand corner and scroll down to Recents. You'll see in this section the location that you created a pin with earlier on. Simply tap on this and then tap on Directions to get directions back to where you started. This one might not seem like a big deal, but if you use the Workouts app to track workouts on your watch, you're probably aware that you get a 3-second countdown from the moment that you tap the workout on your watch. If you don't want that countdown and you want it to start immediately, you can just tap while the countdown is running to skip it and get right into your workout. Getting notifications from your iPhone on your Apple Watch is one of the main benefits of having an Apple Watch, but it can sometimes feel a bit all or nothing. There are probably some apps that you really don't care about receiving notifications for on your watch, but you'd still want them to go through to your phone. There is a way to fix this. It's just hidden away in one of the menu options. On your iPhone, open the Watch app and tap into notifications. Scroll down beyond the list of stock apps, and you'll see an option called Mirror iPhone Alerts From. In here, you'll find all of the apps on your iPhone that are currently mirroring notifications through to your watch. If there are any apps that you don't want to receive notifications for on your watch, you can toggle them off. So long as you own a compatible watch, which is a second generation Apple Watch SE or newer, an Apple Watch Series 6 or newer, or any Apple Watch Ultra, watchOS 11 brought with it a brand new app called the Tides app. The app is designed to allow people to safely enjoy open water, but even if you're not a surfer, you might still find it useful. I use it pretty often to figure out whether or not it's a good time to take our dog for a walk down at our local beach. Just tap your digital crown to go to your list of apps, scroll down and find it under Tides. When you open it, the information will be for your default beach. You can tap the list button in the top left corner of the screen, scroll down and tap the plus button to use the map to find a different beach if you like. You can also swipe from right to left and use the red cross button to delete some of the default beaches that Apple has very kindly included. As much as I'd love to say that I'm interested in the tide at Waikiki Beach, it's not really relevant to me living here in Kent. If I then tap into my local beach, I can use the digital crown to move forwards and backwards through the times of the coming days, and I can see the way that the tide is changing along with sunrise and sunset times for each day. Clearly, water sports enthusiasts are going to get the most out of this app, but it's still a nice feature for those of us who want to spend some time down at the beach. Also, another feature that I'm going to mention here in this particular tip, because it's only relevant if you own a Watch Ultra or an Apple Watch Series 10, is that your watch can automatically tell you the temperature of water. Again, if you're using this as part of a water sport, that's going to be really useful information. But there are situations where the rest of us might find this useful. For example, I use this almost every day to test the temperature of the bath water for my kids. Probably not what the Apple engineers had in mind, but hey. To do this, tap the digital crown and scroll down until you see the Depth app. Tap on it, then simply submerge your Apple Watch in the water, and you'll get a readout of the current water temperature. There are a few really useful safety features built into your Apple Watch that you can access by pressing and holding the side button. You can see on my Watch Series 10 that when I do this, I have 3 options: medical ID, compass backtrack, and emergency call. Emergency call is exactly what it sounds like. Your watch will place a call to the local emergency services using cellular data if you have a cellular plan on your watch, or using your connected iPhone. Compass backtrack is useful if you're somewhere unfamiliar. You can use it to set a starting waypoint, and the compass will track your movements, allowing you to reverse the route to get back to where you started. Apple makes it clear that this feature is designed to be used away from home and in more remote areas where there isn't a buildup of Wi-Fi signals, and it also doesn't account for external conditions like changes in elevation or objects in the environment. If you want to use it, swipe across to access backtrack, then press the record path button. Your watch will automatically record your route, and when you're ready, press the orange backtrack button in the bottom right corner and choose retrace path. You can then follow the displayed path on your watch to return to where you started. The other option here is medical ID. If you swipe across on medical ID, you can see information about yourself, as well as your emergency contacts and their phone numbers. The great thing about this is that it's accessible by emergency responders. So if you're ever in a situation where first responders need to contact someone on your behalf, having this set up makes it very easy for them. To set up or amend this information, go to your iPhone, open Settings, scroll down and choose Health. In there, you'll see an option called Medical ID. Tap into it and you can edit any of the information you like on this page. I also recommend enabling Show When Locked so that emergency responders can access this information on your phone or your watch, and also enabling Share during emergency call. There is one other option here, although it's exclusive to the Watch Ultra models, and that's Siren. You can see on my Watch Ultra 2 that if I tap and hold the side button, I've got this additional option called Siren, and if I enable it, an 86 decibel siren will sound from my watch, and will continue until I switch it off. If you use Apple CarPlay for navigation while you're driving, you essentially have two options. You can either have turn-by-turn directions switched on or switched off. Personally, I prefer it switched off. I find the voice annoying when I'm driving. But what if you're on a long journey and aren't in the habit of constantly glancing at your map? It can be really easy to miss a turn because you're focusing on the road, as you should be. Your Apple Watch can help in these situations. Go to the Watch app on your iPhone, scroll down and choose Maps. In the Turn Alert section, you'll see 4 options, and the one that you want is Driving with CarPlay. Now, the next time that you use navigation in your car, your watch will vibrate as each turn is coming up, meaning that you won't miss out on anything important. By the way, if you prefer to have content like this in a written format, there's a PDF version of this video, complete with screenshots, and you can access it along with all other PDFs I've created, plus future ones, for just $5 a month, or by itself as a one-time payment. You can either scan the QR code that you can see on screen, or follow the link in the description of this video to learn more. A default feature of your Apple Watch is automatically adjusting the brightness of your watch display to match the ambient lighting around you. For example, when you're indoors and the lighting is darker, the watch will decrease the brightness to suit, and when you're outside in bright sunny conditions, the watch will increase the brightness. But if you ever find that this automatic adjustment makes it difficult to view your watch screen, you can disable this feature. To do this, go to Settings, then choose Accessibility and scroll down until you reach minimum brightness. Toggle this feature on to disable the automatic adjustment of the screen brightness. Keep in mind that your watch will use more battery life with this feature enabled, as the screen will essentially always stay bright. So there you go, 10 tips for your Apple Watch that will make your watch experience that much better. What do you think? Any tips that I should have included? Drop me a comment and let me know. And as ever, if you found this video useful, do please consider leaving me a like and subscribing to my channel for more content like this in the future. See you on the next video.